Hello, everybody, and welcome to Unforgiving, a Northern Hymn, a game I've never played before and barely seen before. I'll actually explain that as we start it up. So, this is another one of the games in my large collection of horror library. I might need to adjust the audio levels.
Hello, it's Lucas. Hi. A good distance from town, like in.
This is actually very loud.
From the cabin, maybe. It's a bit wet out, but no trouble. No, I'm being careful. You don't have to worry. I know, but you can rest easy. Yeah. I've been there before. I know what needs to be done. I know all that. Yeah. Well, you think it went? She put up a bit of a fight. Yeah, I got her. Something like that. Yeah, take her there. Well, I don't actually care what he has to say.
I can hear the wipers.
I have no idea. Something has to be done about this. Like I said, something has to be done about this. She can't go on this way. You're damn right I can't. Yeah. Well, someone has to do something. It's not like you're doing anything about it. It'll work. I brought everything I need. Yeah, I did. I thought about it. Yes, I even brought an extra diesel for the generator, just in case. I've been planning this for a while now. It'll be alright. We'll see.
Now, again, I have no idea
I'll talk
what's
to you later.
happening here. Oh, that was water. Okay, it sounded like his head got squished like a watermelon. So we got kidnapped. Now, for what purpose? Because he said we couldn't go on like this anymore. So that leaves questions. So I found this game when I had a little like horror story stint of like just watching, air quotes around that, like these horror story videos.
You're okay. What the hell? What the fuck did you do that for? Huh? You crashed my car.
Me?
I mean, what the
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, I can't believe
You
this.
fucking kidnapped me! Lucas!
Yeah.
What the
Lynn,
fuck is
I was
going
trying-
on?
Yeah.
was
This is
trying
my
to
thing.
help.
Is like, are we trying to be helped?
We were on our way to the cabin, okay? And you wouldn't have come if you knew we were going there.
And why not?
Because you have a problem.
Are you being serious?
Listen, it's only a
Yeah,
problem
I
when
have
I
a
run out.
problem. You are my
Okay.
problem. This is my problem. Being stuck in the woods, in the middle of nowhere with my idiot brother. That's my goddamn
Oh wow,
problem.
I just
we
wanted to help you.
You and your goddamn help can go to hell, Lucas.
Doesn't matter now. We should get moving.
Gladly. The faster we get out of here, the better.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna adjust the audio levels a little bit. Okay. That should be good. You can clearly hear that water. Okay, we knew he was our brother, and we still kicked him in the head, leading to us now wandering the woods.
Selfish.
I heard that.
I mean, granted,
Oh, good.
we,
I can't believe
we
you
were
did
duct
that.
taped.
You're fucking dumb.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I mean, it didn't seem like the tape just came off our hands. Did we even have any over our mouth? Could we not just ask like, hey, what are you doing? It's not like we couldn't do that with him noticing. I mean, what's he gonna do? Try to stop us while driving? And now there's no car, and we're in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, for a while there, I was on like a horror story stint of just like listening to those. And one day, sometimes, those videos
Lucas,
have
wait.
like gameplay attached.
I'm sorry it all turned out
I
like
saw a
this.
little bit of this
I
game and thought,
just woke
this
up and
looked
I didn't know where
cool.
I was. I got got scared and everything just happened so fast.
I don't
and
know.
Well,
what
let
I
me try
thought
it out.
either.
And that was probably like 3 years ago.
I just wanted to help you with your addiction.
Like I said, it's not a
First,
problem
we-
unless I
we
run
have to
out.
find a way out of this forest, and we'll talk about this when we get home. Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is supposed to have like Nordic,
This reminds me of the
like
forest
it's a
we
Nordic
camped
type
at
game.
Yadgum,
If that
you know?
tattoo on his arm and the name didn't
Bergen.
give it away.
Yeah. You remember that, huh?
I still have nightmares about the ghost walk at that camp.
I'm glad we've cheered up now. Thank goodness this is here for perfect climbing.
What the hell was that?
All I really know about this game is that we're gonna have a
Yeah, I
harp
should
at some
really
point.
get out of here.
Oh, hi. Okay, you looked up there, Chief. I mean, I'm probably going insane, so. We don't know what type of addiction we have yet. Speaking of Ghost Walk,
This way.
How do you know that? We don't know how far the river could have
where am I?
swept us.
All of this camp, you know?
Mouse
Leave it alone,
sensitivity is
something.
not high enough. The okay. Yeah, I got no idea what's going on. All I've seen is a little bit of gameplay, and that's it. Oh, this looks fun. What is this? Ooh. Yoink. Yeah, there are some collectibles. I may look at that later.
Now you're happy we went to camp all those years, aren't you?
Why did we
We'll
not
be happy when
say
we get
anything
out of
about
these
that?
woods.
Why we looked at it. You looked at it. What? I hate this in games. I hate it when like the characters look at something and don't like talk about it. Like I'll see a dead body and it's like investigate dead body and it's like okay, this is neat. It's like why is my character not saying anything though? Bruh, music on point though. Yay. Crouch. I hate control being crouch. I am a C for crouch
Yeah,
type
well,
of person.
I'm holding the flashlight, so you go first.
Thanks. I'm actually trying to adjust the wire for my mouse. Okay, well, you said go first. Did you fall down with me? What?
Oh, what the hell did that?
Ugh, all the maggots though.
God damn it, that stinks.
Yeah, let's, you know.
Oh, shit, that
Ugh.
reeks.
You know, you probably could have aimed it down. Okay, let's move on. This is neat and all, but, you know. Prefer not to be here when the window comes. At least we said something about that. Kinda. I mean, all our characters done is cough. So the reason why I mentioned what type of addiction we have is, were we addicted to pills that were given to us for psychosis purposes? Also, we're not going to mention the clearly made stone statue things. Or nor the person that we saw earlier. Nor the moose that died here. No, what's out here that can kill a moose? You know, I probably shouldn't ask that because it will show me. But, you know, the question needed to be aired. I like the foggy environment. I feel like we're kind of just walking in circles, though. Yep, those stone statues. You're an idiot. See, look at that. Just walk around the branches. So yeah, this is just a small indie game. It should just be the entire session. It shouldn't be like a
Well,
series or anything.
What now? Do we go back?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
Go
we-
back where?
Wait. There, you see that tree? If we work together, maybe we could push it.
Sure. Also, if anything, we follow the river. River good. River equal water. Water equal getting cut off our hands.
I'll go first then.
All right.
Nope. We're gonna leave them behind.
You keep going. I'll find some other way.
Yeah, can you throw the flashlight? Okay. Oh, hello. We. I wonder if there's a. Hold on a second. Let me just run in circles here. Do I have infinite sprint? It would appear I have infinite sprint. Neat. So that's something I typically don't like in horror games. I mean, I like it because it allows me to get away, but I don't like it for the purposes of horror. You need to limit the player in some way, and having infinite sprint's a little busted. Thank you.
Lucas! I can't follow the river any farther!
Sure you can. Jump in.
Or should we go back?
No, there's no way through there either! I
Hold
have
on.
to go this way!
Alright, I'll follow the river here. Try to find a way across later on. Good luck.
For anyone who was wondering what I'm doing here, I was trying to adjust my mouse. And the wire's caught on stuff. You okay? Yeah, we're sprinting. What of it? Oh, this looks lovely. Oh, and it gives me the option to sprint. That's what you want to see in a tutorial. Let's go! Someone's gonna kill us! I like how there's typically, like, rules of gaming culture, and that is, if you introduce sprinting in a horror game, you typically get scared, okay? I mean, I see the fireflies, but why is there the green aura? That is an invitation into death. That is a trap, if I have ever seen one. Nah, I'm good. Oh. Ooh, hello. You are creepy. Where'd you go? Okay. Yeah, we're going insane. Okay. Good to know. So X means down. Wait, what? Circle up, X down? Okay, but I'm missing something here. What? Yeah. But isn't this flipped? No, okay. We'll leave it like that for now, and I guess find whatever we need to find. Actually, what we need to find is probably in this. Or not. Cool. So that would, again, with like a character saying something and not mentioning it. Like, why? Also, what was it? The creature from the Black Lagoon? Is this... Okay. We don't question things. Questioning bad. Also, shout out to me just looking back at it, running to the side in the middle of the open, and it just disappearing. That was nice of it. Deck of cards. Cool. I have no idea what I picked up, by the way. Hello. Ooh, this looks allure-ish. Nice. Toph's armband. The Holy Duty. The Divine Sacrifice. Divine. Oh, yeah, let me just put that down and get out of here. When we see that, I do believe we need to leave. Ooh. Okay, so What are controls? I have... Oh, wait, I throw that in the thing, I'm guessing. At first I thought it was alcohol. Why? Okay. Why? That was just rude. And unnecessary. Get out of here. Yeah, no. Ooh, hello. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these scripted jump scares so far. Just because it feels really unnecessary. Also, if you introduce a creature, isn't the best idea normally, like... Okay. Isn't the best idea normally to have it, like, be shown first? Like, the first showing definitely should have been... Like, either, like, we see something come out of the water first, or we see it walk by. I feel like it coming out of the water would have been better. Because honestly, that, like, walk by really did feel just outright unnecessary. Hi. You can comment whenever. No, we're just gonna silently sit here. And it's like, not everybody talks to themselves. It's like, she doesn't have to talk to herself. You could have, like, her voice actress do something for the sake of, you know, narrating in one's head. Because normally when people see something like that, they would be like, what the hell? At least, like, they think it. All this time, the creature's still underneath the entire time, just chasing after us. I couldn't tell if it was faster than this or not. I will say the audio works on it. Like, on the creature's not terrible. Like, it's annoying when it shows up, but at the same time, like, having the audio obviously get louder as we pass by it was definitely good. Because again, I couldn't tell if it was next to me or not, or how close it was next to me. Hello. Well, here we go. The drowned spirit. The drowning ghost, trapped in the marsh, protects the territory around its body. Those who come too close will be possessed and destroyed in horrific ways. Cool. Thanks for that. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, I need something to, like, be in between the wire of my mouse and, like, one of the monitors I have, because how I have things set up, it just kind of clinks against it. Not necessarily clink, drags, and I get annoyed with the sound. So, drowned spirits. If we're around this area, shouldn't we, like, know a little bit about the lore? So, like, shouldn't our character be able to, like, know what's happening around here? Or at least, like, hypothesize? I'm looking around for those notes, because there are collectibles in this game. The little story thing we found. Actually, what? Oh, hello, collected stories. Skogarna? Ancient and old in lands of ice and cold, the forest's high darkness most foul. Don't get caught in the night with no heat and light or creatures for your flesh will prowl. Neat. So yeah, I'm looking for those. Also, that wasn't totally horrifying. No heat and no light. Guess what? We have neither. We are totally screwed. Where's the drowned spirit? Show them to me. I think the audio work done in this game is pretty good. And again, I've already pointed out the fog effect. I will say, there's something about the environment that I'm not a fan of, but I can't point it out for the life of me. Also, if not, hi. What in the name of Fee 5-4 what? Okay, you know, you gave me infinite sprint. I don't think I can get away from that. Cool. So let's run. Let's run because we don't really know what else to do here. Ooh, I do like the lighting now. I'm getting more gray in its darkness. I'm not stopping, by the way, because I have no idea how else to avoid that thing, because the game is giving me no real information so far. I assume I can't get captured right now. I assume this is all for ambience. Although, this looks like a wide area. And by the way, that was actually a decent way to introduce, like, oh hey, there's a giant after you. See that? I really like the lighting. What an attack on Titan? Okay, you aren't as large as I thought you were gonna be. Cool, I'm officially sketched out. Where did you go? Why do I keep asking questions I don't want the answers to? Also, whoever the musician is in the back, stop. Oh great, another one. Moose. Nope, no moose this time. Oh yeah, phone. That's lovely. Why is that out here? What the heck? Oh, big rock. You'd imagine phone lines would be taken out by giants. I am actually sketched out here. Because I don't know my own speed in relation to everything around me. Oh, is there gonna be another creature in here? The heck is that? Can we not? Light. Save me. I feel like there was something in there. Okay. I really am confused. Alright, so drowned spirits, I assume that's what the lights are. Don't really know how to counter them still. And I don't even know where I'm going, and my main character's not helping me any by giving me any form of information. Indie game, so I guess they just couldn't afford for all the voice lines. So we're gonna sprint away. Gotta figure out where I'm going. Solid audio work, though. Oh. I'm running in circles, aren't I? Wait, what? That connects to that, that connects to that. Yeah, we're just running in circles. Oh, there we go. I'm blind. Get away from the water, because water bad. What is that noise? Stop it. I feel like our main character does have some form of psychosis. Because I'm going insane via her. Oh, those are the drowned spirit noises. That's what those are. Except I couldn't see them, so that's great. Well, something fast and I'm not gonna lie, this is the point of like ambience kind of killing it when you're throwing, you may or may not be throwing threats at me and they're just not keeping up. At a certain point of feeling threatened, you just kind of stop caring. And primary issue with giving me infinite sprint and the wide open forest to run, even though, granted, I have a very linear format to move around in. The point still stands, is you're kind of, you have some good potential here. I feel like you're kind of wasting it. Oop. Hi. Yeah, I see it. There's a little stutter step in between the crouch, which is weird. So there is sneaking around in this game. Neat. See, again, cinematic thing that stops us so we can actually see what the threat is. I like it. I'm not against not showing a threat and then feeling threatened, but you have to know that there is a threat around you as opposed to just having audio. Or just having something randomly pop up. Like, if you're not gonna have to, like, show the threat, that's fine. Just don't show it as opposed to just having it appear randomly and the player would just be like, what am I looking at here? Where did he run off to? You ugly. He starts running after me. It's like, I am not. So yeah. why on earth would you yell anything here? I was about to say, like, I was literally about to point out, I was like, well, I feel like that's kind of a, like,
What
you're
the hell was that thing?
I don't know. I saw it earlier too.
leaving me in the middle of
This
nowhere
forest
to
is full of
wander,
those
but
kinds of
then
things.
he did that.
We gotta keep moving.
I don't know if I'd have the flashlight on, brother. I mean, it's not terribly dark to the point where we can't see, and rather us not give away our position. That sounds like the harp. My boy, we don't really have another choice but to go in here. This is a troll hole. Maybe.
Off.
Bro, if there was just like a troll face in front of us, not the troll face, a troll face, I'd be so annoyed. I was literally waiting. I was like, someone's about to pop up in the middle of darkness.
All right.
Do a flip. Oh, okay, yeah, let's just... Good lord. Where are we? Where's the cabin you were taking me to? Oh my goodness, man. We are lost beyond lost. You know, I feel like starting a forest fire. You feel like starting a forest fire? I feel like starting a forest fire. This place would go up so very well. Oh. Yeah, great. It has bigger legs than us. Oh, is it darkening because we're more threatened? Yeah, I wish I had a faster button, Chief. Yeah, let me go into third gear.
It's closing in on us.
Yeah, thanks. Keep me updated.
Holy hell, it's getting closer. Come on. Hurry across the bridge.
Yeah, because this is going to help. What makes you think this is going to help? That thing's huge. That sounds like he's getting... Are you getting that Aaron's mom treatment? Is that what this is? Oh, hold on. Oh, yep. Oh, no. Not exactly. Kinda. Halfway there. You haven't been eaten in half yet. Spoilers for frickin'... Did that come out in 2012? It's been a while. 2016? Somewhere between them. Why? Don't you worry, brother. Don't you worry. Whoa, why did you do it like that? That didn't... He ain't even dead. No, you what? Okay, sure. Well, no, he's dead. Sure, we'll consider him gone, even though he's not. We just hit him over the head a little bit. He's not dead. We gave him a concussion. He passed out. If he didn't already pass out from the friggin' pass out. Shut up. Pass out from the friggin' crushed body. Which I don't understand how you would stay awake during that. Wouldn't your body... I mean, he looks... It's not like he was in shock, actually. Guardian. Cool. This is your fault, by the way. Your fault, sweetheart. Not mine, yours. Just because I was controlling you doesn't mean anything. Oh, lovely. Nakin by the altar. The wrath of Freya awoke, and she conjured fire from her wrath and burned his eyes and hands so he can never play the magic harp again. Okay. Boys find large footprints in the forest. Okay. I have no idea what language this is. Hold on a second. I know how to find out. Pop. Nope, that's not it. Swedish. That's what it is. We're in Sweden, I think. We're somewhere. Oh, hello. The large man. Large man who resides in the woods is ferocious and very dangerous. However, he is very easy to spot and to hear because of his large body and clumsy footsteps. Nice. Oh, hello. Sweet. Was that the second story, or I feel like we skipped chapter 2? We did. Wow, we're in chapter 4 already. Wow, okay. Thirst for your soul, devouring whole. Oh, this looks lovely. Listening for pain for the past. You'll know its face well, but only time will tell if tonight just might be your last. Okay. I'm guessing that means it can injure us, but potentially kill us at a certain stage. Hmm. Okay, we skipped chapters really easily in this. Holy crap. Oh, that's lovely work. Doesn't seem terrifying at all. Where are we? Is there a you are here thing? Clock tower. Oh my goodness. Guardian. We're at Guardian. Okay. Blacksmith. Why is there a little town? Little Ones of Freya. Hall of the Harp. That's where we want to go, I think. I know there's a harp in this game. Key. Phone. Phone home. You know, I definitely like just walking into random people's houses. They'll never know. Ooh. Oh, hey, more divine sacrifice. Oh, wait. Are you a person? Hold on. Is there a light switch in here? You know, we really should have just taken his flashlight. Medicinal plants. Okay. Horse. For whatever reason. Terrifying audio. Ew. That's the pea pot. Can't stop dreaming. Hunting, flying, cutting up, living off the forest. Was there a point to me coming in here? Because it doesn't feel like it. Okay. Bye. Huh. Yeah, so far my only issue with this game is it just feels very meanderish. Like, I don't even know what we're hoping to do here. I mean, obviously we're trying to get out of this forest, but at the same time, like, it doesn't feel... what's the best way to say it? I want to say... I guess the main issue I have right now is our character's not saying anything. Like, we have very limited voice lines for what I feel like should be a scenario where she is not even shutting up. I feel like that should be the problem had instead of what we currently are at.
Help me. It's so dark.
That's a candle that I want. Okay. I will try to find you a light.
I haven't seen her before.
Yeah, there's a lot of audio in this game.
I am way more beautiful than her. He will never want her.
Why can we not have lines? Yeah, I don't know how to.
Take him away from me.
Okay. Neat. I finally have matches, and that is a big matchbook. Holy crap. Matchbox. Ooh, that brands up everything. Yay. She wants to keep me. Oh, that's what the one dude was saying. Oh my goodness, there's actually a phone in here. Yoink. Okay. Will it burn our hand? We have a decent amount. Where's the phone? Oh, I passed it. Idiot. Hello.
Ragnar, are you there? You have to come to Hillberg. We lost men, but we found safety here. We are safe here. They can't find us. Go towards the light, to the mine, over the lake. The Guardian is tapping. Play our song, and Rune will send over the boat to you. Come to the light.
Great. Cool story. I don't have a song to play, and I don't even know your song in particular. Now we can go through this. Cool. So who was it that closed us in, and why did we not react to it? And, like, the best way I can describe it is it feels like very sporadic, and we have an idea what we, like, obviously need to do, which is get out of here to escape. But it like, so much crap is happening so fast with no reaction from the player. It almost seems like this is just a fever dream. Ragnar. Player song, so we know it's you. The key to the drawbridge and the gate is with the Guardian. Cool. Well, you already got that, so yay. Oh, hello.
You have to find it. Golden, that weaves such melody. You wouldn't believe it could be possible.
Okay. You don't have a candle on you. Did you see the person that closed the door on me? They were very rude. I think that's the best way I can describe it, like fever dreamish. Because again, like she's just not saying, like she didn't even react, like the character didn't even react to the door behind us getting closed. Do I have to check the matchbox to actually grab one? Wait, why are you... Oh, I have to hold M1? Okay. Let there be light. Ooh, big door. Wow. Giants. Okay, and again, we're really not gonna say anything? Okay.
Was the strangest thing I've ever heard. Such beautiful notes. Where did it go?
Okay. So we are here. So the X marks the spot, and that's where we want to go. So first we're gonna have to go to... Gonna have to go all the way around to that location to get the harp. So as soon as we open the door, we have a pathway. Left goes to dead end. And that's something I need to look at. Not really. Doesn't seem to be much there. I want to kind of clear through the entire map if possible. Oh, and there's a shack here too. With a boarded up door, and that's it. Neat. Okay. Dead end. So that's the way that we need to go. And this is something, hopefully. I'm not gonna lie, I think the best work done in this game so far is definitely the audio. That's great. It's everywhere. Vanishing of Ruth Alkvist, new leads. That. Ooh, matches. Oh, that's lovely. Alright. Go ahead and let that burn out. I should actually see what happens if I don't get rid of the match. Like if I just let it burn me. Let's see. Besties forever. You're creepy. Not what I wanted. Gotta remember, E to pick crap up. Holy Duty. Hi. Freya, I imagine. I don't want to play in the forest anymore. Yeah, there's nasty crap in the forest. Okay. Cool. This felt, for the most part, pointless. Okay, what was that collected story we got? Oh, hey, that thing. They watched and protected but never detected. That poisonous evil within centuries, kept hidden, gilded power forbidden, now lost and abused due to man's woeful sin. Yeah, disconnected is another word that comes to mind with this game so far. And it's because of how sporadic this game feels of us getting dropped in the middle of nowhere and just starting to deal with all this crap. What? It's a lot of open field. I don't like open field. I like closed field. Open field gives a lot of room for death. Hello? I hear something in there. Whatever. What is this? This is something I'm actually gonna let that was not how many was in there. I'm actually gonna let this one burn all the way down and see what happens. Clock tower. Wow. Not what I was thinking. Hmm. So let's see. Clock tower. So that's the way to the blacksmith, who we don't need to go to right now. Okay, so is there a reason to put them out by myself unless there's just something nearby? There should be something that way. And there's a door all the way up there. Storage. So I need to keep going. That way is to the door. I need to go to that way, I think. Okay, first things first, let's actually check this out.
What were devils from the depths of hell? How did they get here?
Oh, this looks like it went well. They can see me. Don't come in. Oh, that's nice now that I'm in here. Yoink. Little tokens. Church of that word. Burned ablaze. You can see me. Don't come in. Don't come in. Don't come in. Yep, I'm gone. Thank you. Didn't want to be in there anyways. What was that story? We've missed one. Wild and fair with silken hair, she still fill your heart with fear. There's no way to fight that venomous bite. Your blood will root as end draws near. Okay. There's quite a few chapters to this game. I feel like we're gonna wind up having to wait till we get to the harp for us to actually move over to the next one. So that one was that way. Little ones of Freya. There's also something down this way.
Seers, your light was all these years.
We had a right to know what we get everything for.
Okay. By a rat. So is there supposed to be an overarching story to this, or are we just seeing the remnants of what happened to these people? Swedish Tales, if you didn't know where we were. Oh, that's lovely. She's coming, she's coming, she's coming, she's here. My ears hurt. Okay. Yeah, no, I think this game is atmospheric as can be. I actually really enjoy that aspect of it. But again, with the matter of like, at a certain point, you do have like too much going on. And I think that can harm a game's sense of threat or sense of urgency. So I want to, I actually want to go that way. But I feel like actually going to the low ones of Freya first. Just to explore. Worst case scenario, I'd do. I'm actually gonna see if there's any reason why I shouldn't just be running constantly. Like, is there a threat that pops up if you run everywhere?
The darkness from nowhere. The children. Oh, take him.
Mother. Huh. That's lovely. Cool. Blood everywhere. What do you say? Cinnamon bun recipe. Aww. Isn't that delicious? Open sashimi. Ooh. Love to see that many matches. Goat. Ram. Idiot. Okay. Cool. Another rat. It comes at night. Mommy's crying. Oh. Looks lovely. Didn't actually mean to shut that. So here's the thing, like, all this would be creepy if I didn't feel like all of it was remnants of what once happened here, not what may happen still. And again, with the whole, like, just encountering audio for it. Mommy doesn't believe me, but I saw him. Like, who is him? Like, we've encountered drowning spirits, we've encountered giants. And then there's remnants of, like, the audio of what happened. But again, with, like, I don't know if there's a threat because we really haven't been introduced to one. You're kind of just expanding potential lore on something coming in, which that's fine. But as of right now, where I'm just wandering, I don't really feel terribly threatened. Which is kind of a far cry from what we had before, where threats just came in randomly. I don't know where we are.
Find it. We tried to protect. We hid and we lied. Those in the village knew nothing. Over the water, over the bridge. Find it.
Start the gasoline and power first. Because of theft, the cabinet is locked. The key is with the guardian. Cool. Bell is broken. There's a new one on the blacksmith. So I guess it's a good thing I came all this way as opposed to going to get in the harp. Oh, I didn't even go, huh. I didn't even go the way I thought I did. Actually, did I? And I just took a straight path here? I think that might have been it. Because I didn't pass a storage area. So, we need the gate. But we need to go back to the blacksmith. And I guess while I'm on my way there, I can check out anything else. New belt. Need gasoline as well. So I should probably go up to pretty much everywhere to check. Yeah, just check everything out. Okay. So, again, like, great audio work. The matches seem to not want to respond half the time. There we go. That's creepy. Dead crows found in pen. In Worlds 1, there is some speculation about whether or not there are worlds and dimensions worlds where the rules of our world do not apply, where reality is spread thin over the branches of Yggdrasil. Evil fairy tales. Baba Yaga. Again, like, neat that, like, every house has something different, but, like, there's, like, kind of a thing of, like, too much, isn't there? Or at least that's what I'm feeling. Like, we just have too much going on around us. Like, we've had the kid drawings, which is, like, a neat little thing, but you could have done, like, the giants.
Be careful. Once you've heard the melody, once it runs through you like a cat, be wary, or else darkness will fall.
Yeah, I feel like we're just, like, this entire section is just, like, an open area to kind of set up what we're going to be dealing with after we get the harp. Which is fine. I just feel like we're kind of going over the top, honestly, with some of the ambient audio. Or, like, all this audio inside the houses. Storage. Ragnar's Mill. Cool. Needed to come up this way anyways. I guess my biggest issue is, like, we're now left in, like, what feels like what I think is the largest chapter of the game. And so far it is just coming down to us, like, it being the exploratory chapter that hints at the potential for there being threats, but lives with it a little bit too long. Chapter 7 seems like it might be long too. Altair, that shrine of carved stone craves blood and craves bone. You'll be given a treacherous power. The world around you will change into your will rearrange. The gods themselves will tremble and cower. So I'm guessing that's what happens when we have the harp. I'm not gonna lie, I'm expecting the Shadow Realm to open up for us at this point.
You see my fiancée? She ran. That way. Try to save her. You see her?
No. Okay, the Great Wall of China. Neat. Doesn't seem like there's a point to coming to Ragnar's Mill, because we can't go that way. Unless we have to at some point, and the harp's gonna get us through. Yeah, no, I feel like we were, like, rushing before, but now nothing's happening. This is a weird, like, the pacing of this game's off. Like, we started off sprinting without, like, even a chance to really catch our breath. Granted, you know, having infinite sprint helps with that, but, like, story pacing is also off, I think, so far. Neat. Yeah, no, I guess this is, like, the time to, like, settle in and get used to the game. But at the same time, again, just feels wrong.
We're all doomed and done. Eternities. We will wander there until the world is dead.
Woman found walking naked in the forest. There's the belt. Cool. Is that now inviting something to come kill me? Is that what that was? Okay, so we've been to the blacksmith. We've been to... that's supposed to be a windmill, but it's just a wall. Been to storage. Couldn't get into storage exactly. Been to the daycare. Yeah, we've been everywhere so far. So yeah, I guess we just need a key and a fan belt. Alright. Yeah, no, in terms of like... had us on a very linear pathing following our brother and then trying to get back to him and like throwing threats at us, or at least like... no, it was throwing threats at us actually, thinking about the drowned spirits. Like we kind of just like went from 100 to 0. Like, okay. I think I saw something there, but was that just me imagining something, or was that something there and that was threatening us because I was sprinting everywhere? I don't know. Cool. So it said gas first. That's what you said, right? Gasoline and power first. Okay. That it? I guess that's it. Didn't we find something else? We did. Norner. 3 shapers of fate decide and create the pattern of design. None can escape, none can flee. Their true destiny when they weave that eternal twine, infernal twine. Is this the equivalent to the fates in Greek mythology? I'm guessing. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not doing the completionist route because I've been everywhere and I still feel like I'm missing crap. Granted, we've already passed chapters 2 and 3 apparently. Again, no clear distinction, I think, where chapters end and where they begin. Okay.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. It's a dream. Just a bad dream.
Is there a reason for me not to sprint everywhere? Like, I genuinely don't know. It feels like they're supposed to be. But I haven't come across the reason why.
We tried to help. We hid it. But in the end, it came for us all.
I'm gonna be honest, there doesn't really seem to sound like a reason why I want the harp. Really wish I had a map again.
How could this have happened? We did everything. Everything. And he ruined it. It's his fault.
Okay. Hall of the Harp. Cool. Yeah, we're not gonna go in there yet. We want to keep looking around because I want to make sure I cover this entire area. Make sure I can at least try to figure out what's happening here. And then move on.
We were supposed to protect everyone. Everything. We failed.
I noticed. Yeah. You are. Oh hey, map. Cool. So we're right there. Norner, the Norns, by the roots of the trees that they dwell, the tree that spin the threads of life. Some call them witches, while others claim they are fair maidens from the giants, they who powerfully weave all our destinies. So yeah, that sounds like the Fates. Except it doesn't sound like there's 3 of them, although I think there's supposed to be. Oh, hello, sacrifice. Ruth Alvist found dead, so she gone missing, and then she found dead. Neat. The heck? Oh, hello. Yoink. Cool. I'm gonna get out of here before I get delved into darkness. Okay. What were you? Again, a matter of, I don't even know if these, like, collectibles actually connect to anything. In stories untold, with long hair of gold, she walked with grace and might. Her magic flowed wild through the world as she smiled on creation and made it shine bright. Neat. What's the point of them? Like, what's the point of the collectibles? Do they actually correlate to anything I'm dealing with currently? If the answer is yes, fair game. Otherwise, I'm confused. That is water. And I don't like water in this game. So yeah, normally my issue is, like, I hate, like, miscellaneous collectibles that are directly, like, important to knowing the story, like information that is necessary for understanding the main storyline. I don't mind when collectibles are involved that actually, like stuff like that actually has, like, somewhat of a story purpose, or seemingly story purpose, that just doesn't really tell me much. I mean, I feel like it's supposed to tell me, like, an overarching, or, like, give me information on the overarching characters involved. Today I hid from a bad man. Okay, that looks like one of the giants. Yoink. Key, the harp was formed from Yggdrasil itself, inserted with magic of gold and carded with holy runes. The dwarves gave the harp to Freya, who picked strands from her golden hair and used them as strings so the magic could flow through the powerful instrument. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, stuff like that I feel like is, like, seeing the pictures, having it integrated in, like, with what we're about to pick up, like, that's kind of what I feel like the only reason these collectibles are here for. But maybe it's just me. I feel like most people kind of know. I guess that's actually not necessarily true. I just know probably more than what I guess most people know in terms of, like, Norse mythology. I guess your average gamer is not really gonna know, even though, like, God of War exists. And there have been other, like, Norse-based games with some loose, like, obviously, loose connection towards mythology. I'm thinking of Hellblade Senua, I think. That was Norse, wasn't it? I think that was Norse. Could be wrong on that, actually. It's been a hot minute since I played that game, and I can't really say that I truly enjoyed it all that much. Combat was pretty solid for the most part, and then it kind of turned into a walking simulator that wasn't horror based. If your game is not horror related, then walking simulators typically do not work. They sometimes work, or even then, like, half and half, you're gonna run the risk of not working even with a horror game. Like right now, where I have the option of running and walking, and good ambience, no threat. You're falling apart, game. You're falling apart. Oh, I'm in chapter 5. Neat. Trad Folkit. Twisted and bent, your flesh will be spent. When the horror gives her vile kiss, fixed to the ground forever they're bound. A quick, easy death would seem such a bliss. So, the horror. There's just been this, like, I don't even know who it is. I don't know what it is. We just have some dark entity roaming around. I don't even know if it takes the shape of a man or woman, because we've gotten information on it being both. Oh, cool. I can interrupt myself by doing that. Neat. God, I hate the ability to pick up literally every book I come across. I will light a match, actually. Is there a reason why it randomizes how many times it takes to strike it? Actually, want to take a look around here real quick. See what the reason for the 2 hallways was for. Okay. Yoink. Cool. That's not creepy at all. Also, who's the Joker that decided to put those 2 pictures in there? Ruth. Yep, already found that one. Again, I don't really know who Ruth is. Is that us? I feel like we are going insane. Make a little bit of sense. This seems like a great idea. Grab the cursed item. Not what I wanted to do. Yeah, there we go. We dropped the match. What? That sounds like a great idea. But how do I get out of here? There we go. Oh. Why do you do it on the open palm? Why not do it on the back of your hand? Why? You may be playing with that hand soon. We have just accepted our fate in terms of being cursed. We literally gave up blood to a potential ritualistic scenario. We are a fool. Q. Aim at the song, script, and click to play. I'm sorry, what? Yay! That's a big symbol. How do we stop? Oh, we don't have to figure you out. Neat. So there's for sure something that wants us dead now, right? Like we accepted our fate in terms of dealing with hell. Because if we didn't, something was drastically wrong. First, second, third. First, second, third. Second. 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. Y. Funky Y. Cool. Now, what wants to kill me right now? Because if there's ever a time to implement threats, it's now. Yeah, like that. Man, their detection range sucks. So yeah, the screen gets darker whenever you get too close. Okay. Bye. Alright, so I guess I gotta be on the lookout for those now. So, we walk everywhere now, I guess? It seems like we can get pretty close to her without her noticing. Hello. Yeah, she checked the trees, so, like, are they the people that come out of the trees now? That would be a cool way to implement that, is to have one actually come out of the tree, but the people that are stuck inside the tree are the people suffering. They're trapped. But it'd be cool to see, like, one of these things emerge from it. Is there just the one? God, I really am just gonna be able to run everywhere, aren't I? Like, it doesn't feel like there's a reason to not run, and I still don't have...
She's coming. She's coming. You can this way.
She's waiting among the trees. That's lovely. So that's the she in the realm of the dark entities that we have come across so far. Now, who was he? Who is him?
Now you've seen it. Power that rushes and runs through the world.
Sure. Yeah, how much room does this... Yeah, like, again, I don't know if we can outpace anything right now. I feel like we can, considering we outran the freaking giant.
Feel like a key. What you carry with it. I remember. I remember it was once. Once, anyway. Long. Your brother doesn't need him anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's... You know, yeah, okay. Sorry, I just, like, I heard it, and then I had to take a second to think to myself, I'm like, yeah, okay, so we're mutilating her dead brother after giving him a concussion.
In the center, you carry melodies, laughs, I tasted his nose long ago. What is the
I don't know why I'm walking. I really don't know. I can just sprint everywhere. I'm actually, like, Considering the game gave me infinite sprint and the game doesn't seem too keen on putting me into chase scenarios, even though it has like multiple threats, I have a feeling I can outpace every enemy I come across. What do we have to get his tongue off? Or tongue out. Oh, yeah. I can say that's a first for me in terms of horror game. Are you gonna tear it out? You're gonna have to close his jaw, sweetheart. There's no way you pull it yet. There you go. Oh, that noise. Alright, yeah, that's a first for me. That's a horror game history first. Okay, so yeah, she's roaming. So is there a reason why I couldn't just sprint past you? I still hear the audio, which is why I'm confused. Or at least I think that's supposed to be like chase audio. Cool. I have fun with a melody. Okay. So that was the blacksmith's house. So we want to go... Okay. You know, I'd actually appreciate if we had that audio just stop. So we know we also have an audio cue of when she shows up. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going here. I'm checking this way just for the sake of checking this way. Hi. This is a door, actually. Hi. How are you doing? Ah, I thought it was just a wall. Okay. Again, with the audio. Again, I feel like this is something that happens to a lot of games. It's like they're really good on audio in terms of like design. It's just timing is always weird. Like, audio will play when I feel like it shouldn't. It's like, ooh, creepy moment, right? Not really. I appreciate the effort, but no, not really. She's around somewhere. I just don't know where. So she's a wandering threat now, which is better. You know, this works in scenarios like Slender Man. Like, it really works in scenarios like that. Where, like, you got the 8 pages, it's supposed to be, like, fast and sporadic. And, like, he shows up really quick, and you gotta react just as quickly. Like, that style to, like... Oh my goodness, shut up. So yeah, we can outpace her. I just need to know where to go at this point. Would you shut up? Are you actually catching up to me now? I think she is. Whoa, hello. Okay. What's the point of us taking a hit if we can't outrun her? So the question there is, was she teleporting? No, well, either way, she was definitely catching up to us. There's no denying that. So whenever she shows up, I guess I just got to be patient. So the question is, was she able to teleport in through the trees? Are the trees her teleporting points? Because if that's the case, sure, but also she was catching up to me because I couldn't outrun her. Like, even if she's able to teleport to where I am, that doesn't contradict that she was catching up. Because if she could just teleport but run slower than me, then I wouldn't care. So how do I get rid of her is the best question after that, because I got rid of her before, and now I don't really know a format of pattern here that I can utilize. That doesn't look like that symbol at all. Messed up PS? There's no... Oh, no, there is. Why did you look up like that? F... Y... P... Messed up F... P. Cool. Oh, I can just click E on them and it'll do it. Hi. Neat. How do I get away from you? It sounds like I'm away from her now. There's no clear indicator of being in chase anymore. That's the issue here. It's like you're giving her the ability to chase after me, and like I hear when it starts because she freaking screams. I don't have any form of indication of when she just screws off. Shut up. Okay. And I don't know what this audio is. The audio that sounds like I'm actively in a chase. Like, I don't get it. Normally, like, when you're in a horror game, chase mechanics typically will be consistent in terms of when crap starts and when crap stops. Like, even Five Nights understands that concept of, like, having, like, audio cues start and stop when certain events do. Like, correlating audio to events. Which is really weird right now. Also, I still don't even know where I'm supposed to be going right now. I'm guessing I'm supposed to be going this way. Considering, like, I don't think there are any more points at the moment where I can go. Oh, yeah, right here. The circle. So, pull this out, and then we play this. And that gets rid of that symbol, the Ouroboros, and it puts it over there. Hi! Ow. Why did you light a match? Again, in terms of, like, the randomness of the shit. Like, just like what the fuck? What's the point of this? Okay, so that's gonna, like, lead to something, I guess. We're gonna have to fend off infection, I guess. That's gonna be an insanity meter, probably. Or the closest thing to an insanity meter we're gonna get. I'm referring to amnesia, for the record. And again, with our character just not reacting. Like, if you got rid of voice acting in this game, I think it would be better in terms of, like, me just not caring. But the fact that we've shown that there is voice acting in this game, it's like, could we not put more voice lines in for her? We're turning into wood. My guess, anyways. Hi. I got an instrument too.
Wow, wow, wow. Poor little girl. It looks like it hurts. But that's nothing compared to the approaching plagues. I could relieve your pain. What you're carrying. If you could give me the harp, go to the other side and give it to me. Then I assure you, you will be spared from whatever awaits you. And if I were you, I wouldn't wait too long.
How did you stop us just now? A little magical creature thing, whatever you are. What? Magic ass raft. How much room's left on this bitch? I figure out how often I'm gonna be doing crap like that. That's the camera angle's going wild. Pretty sure that's not supposed to be a thing. It looks like I have 2 more areas to fill potentially. Also, I'm not gonna lie, you know what you could have done with, like, automatically lighting a match? You could have had her try to cauterize it, But then she would have had to hold that bitch for a while. I mean, you could have done that, though. Hi. How are you guys doing?
His playing may be enchanting, like the melody that will play at the end of the world will flow from his instrument. It was he who brought it here, he who brought the darkness.
Cool story, bro. That looks like a circle on your arm. What happens if I play that? Nothing. I tried, Chief. I tried. Alright. So, come over here. And these are the two symbols that we've already operated with. I'm guessing you need me to do those somewhere else. There we go. Okay, yeah, so I just need to follow along and figure out where the other symbol is. Oh, that's where you were talking from. I couldn't figure it out. I'm going to assume it's over on this side of the bridge. As opposed to being somewhere else on the wall. Yep. Bunch of random locations, too. The curse, when she has given her sharp kiss, the poison spreads in the bloodstream and rots the soul, twisting one's bones, so they sink into the earth. And at last you transform into an unholy tree, forget who you are, and become hers forever. Great. She sounds annoying, which she was. What's in here? Doesn't matter. Can't get in there. Let's go. Alright. So does that mean I'm done dealing with her now that she's done that? I hope so. She was very annoying, mainly because I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do against her. And I'd like to point out, these people didn't turn the trees. Hello. It was like a stone child. Alright, so F diamond S Y diamond. Nope. Wait, no. F diamond S Y F. There we go. Wow, this actually does feel like the precursor to Hellblade Senua. Yeah, this is this mechanic seems very familiar. I have to imagine that there's some threat to me going off on a path that is not a path. What was that audio cue? Like, yeah, that makes sense. What was the following audio cue that came with that? Yeah, that. What is that? Dude, whoever in the audio team got like bored and got done with their job quick and then was like, you know what? I'm about to start the hottest bass drop there will ever be real quick. Let me hold up and give me a minute. Like that's what that sounds like. Is there a point to that audio? Dude, what is the point of that audio? Okay, now we're doing Terminator? My level of confusion is insurmountable. Bro, that bass drop's about to be heavy. Dude, someone was a fan of Terminator. Dude. Dude, like on the level of like unnecessary audio I've ever heard in a video game, that is it. Like, dude, the audio team like on point was like the noises of the enemies and like the water and whatnot. But dude, the oh my god! I just realized, by the way, we have so many voice lines from the friggin' tree people. Why do we not have more voice lines for our main character? Dude, someone was like, this is someone experimenting with just audio mixing. Like they're like, what can I make? What type of beat am I gonna rap to later on in life? Like, that texture's not right. Kinda wish there was a lean feature. Dude, I can't not think about Terminator. Oh my goodness, why? Like, legit, who got done with their project early and was just like, "Yeah, don't worry, boss. Let me put it in. Can we just put it in? I need to pay tribute to Terminator. Aren't you the one that said you could smell me? I'd actually like to keep him in line of sight. So, up F, circle P. No, thank you. You should not be able to fit through this. You should be crawling, and I'm not looking back to check. Did we die? We didn't die. Survive, maybe, subjective here. I'd probably had enough time to actually look behind me. I feel like that should be just a button, though. I feel like you should have, like, if you have a game where you can run, you should have the ability to, like, horror game. If you have a horror game where you can run, you should have a button that says, let me turn around while still running forward. Like, not have to, like, change up buttons. Oh, great. Fucking Wendigos. Yeah, no. This just seems like screw you type deal right here. Yeah, no. I'm not kicking over cans, because I feel like that's going to spawn something I don't want. Pass. What in the Doctor Who is this rift in time? Or is that molten gold? Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, like every horror game should have a lean feature. And if it has a running involved, I think you should have the ability to look back without screwing up your movement. Lackeys of the Norns, a female spirit of the dead, slave to fate, they're under the influence of the Norns, carry out their wicked will and see to it that the threads of life are spun as the three desire. Oh yeah, so there are just three. Okay. Not what I wanted. Hi. I heard you. Dude, Lord, that's a ways up. Dad says we'll go home soon. Joke's on you, kid. Get well soon, Astrid. You will always be in our hearts. Pelixing. Yeah, again, like, this game has good ambient audio. I just want to know what the heck went wrong with that last part just now. The punished. Shh, they can hear you. They were imprisoned deep underneath the ground, their souls warped, and they succumbed to evil altogether. In the dark, their eyes withered, and they learned to listen to the whispers of the mountain. That's creepy. So So making no noise, which is lovely for putting cans in front of me. Daddy's crying. Red. Oh. I should be going right through this. Listen, some people walk on sunshine, I just stand on air. Don't get lost, don't get lost, don't get lost. Cool. There's a map. You know, so I don't get lost. So I can't go this way without getting power first. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I got nowhere else left to go but up. Into the realm of hell. You know, if we don't want them to hear us, who's the jackass that decided to put a bunch of cans around here? To Freya. Great. The cure. She fell deeply in love with the false god, and his corruption flowed through her, giving him influence over her and her powers, which he controls by his own will. Okay, so he's the false god. And I'm guessing Tree Bitch is the one that we gotta worry about in terms of being controlled. This seems like a great idea where I'm apparently dealing with Wendigos. Except, they sense movement. These things sense sound. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go all the way up, and then I'm gonna have to go back all the way down, and yada yada yada. Okay, let's get this started. At least now we have, like, an understanding of mechanics here. Audio. Bad. This game does not have a good ratio so far on cinematics being the way to introduce threats, so I am taking very high precautions here. Yeah, fuck it. Audio's getting loud. Yeah, because water's quiet. Again, with audio just being there to be there. That's... This is a no from me, good sir. I'm one of those morons that like to see death coming. Like to face death in the eyes. Because I'm stupid. So in a horror game, you always go towards the light because that's typically the way you go. But in this case, I'm just going straight because I want to make sure I don't get lost, as the thing told me not to. Wow, that's a lot. I am on that. Cloud of razor blades. The Notarum is a creature with sharp claws and outermost dangerous beak. They can be very dangerous, specifically in large numbers. That's great to hear in a place where I'm supposed to be quiet. Yeah, no, this audio would be cool if you had a timed introduction for a threat. Otherwise, it just feels like it's very loud. I did not want to stand up game. That was not my intention. Oh. Ow. Okay, someone needs to do better on stopping on the pages for those notebooks, because, you know, I got some questions on why that wasn't in them. Will this go away, or... Am I just constantly injured? Oh, wait, no, is it going away? I can't tell. Still see red marks around the screen. I'm assuming me crouching is actually the way that I have to counter whatever enemies can hear me. So, yeah, these are portals, apparently. And Doctor Strange is an asshole, apparently. Why didn't you cut off Thanos' arm? Then Tony didn't have to die. God damn it, it's dark. Oh, that's why it's dark. Anyone who's actually seen gameplay of this or has actually played it, they're probably like, you pussy. Like, you right. Because this is actually a really good environment where we're closed in and I don't have many places to run off to or I think hide. Bobby was allowed to come with. That looks like the dog from Up. Yeah, that makes sense. Can't sleep. They're looking. Yeah, I hear him too. That was not how many. They who walk in between, half dead and half alive, they dwell forsaken in the deep and hidden places in the areas where the veil between worlds are at its thinnest. Cool. Here. So if I hit this... Goddamn, I got a long way back if that's the case. that was a little bit of an annoying audio. So this is where like Amnesia Dark Descent does a really good job on like having brain dead enemies that you can maneuver around really easily. And that is like having that insanity bar fill up if you stare down an enemy, so I can't do what I just did to that thing, which was follow it by staring directly at its back. So that seems to be a commonality between a lot of the enemy types in this game, is that like we can pretty much just chase after enemies. Yeah, I'm not going through there. No, thank you. Why would I go through there? Is there a reason for me to go through there? I turned the power on. I don't think there's a reason for me to go through there. Not looking behind me, 'cause fuck that. Also realizing in the water, it actually makes more sense just to go through it as fast as possible. Not necessarily sprinting, but don't just stop in the middle of the water, because this is a very linear pathway. I doubt just because these things can like not hear me that they can't like bump into me and kill me. So let me guess. I'm gonna walk by this thing, something's gonna come out of there, and then I'm gonna have to haul ass. I was very much expecting it to actually go through that portal. You're looking right at me. Cool. Bye. Ow. So, actually, I don't even know if I can outrun these things. It doesn't seem like I'm capable of doing so. So, these things do have eyes, for the record. The game lied to me. I was lied to. And I don't, quite frankly, I don't appreciate that. Ragnar, we had to move further into the mine, be careful. Oh. So that's what that was for. Okay, the blonde chick chased us into the cave. Follow the false god. The false god saw how lovely Freya was and fell for her beauty. He made plans to play his violin for her, charming her with his magic. However, it's all right through his ruse. So, Adventures of the Mountain King. So, is the tree bitch supposed to be Freya? Empty. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. I'm guessing I need to come up here and pour some of that into whatever's gonna kill me up here. I have a feeling it's actually gonna be the things that can't see me, and those were different creatures. Honestly, there's a lot of similarities right now I'm getting from like this and the Slender, the Arrival.
She can't get us here.
Like storage. Oh, nice.
Sleep, my little Lolo. Sleep now.
Fucking. We had the open 8 pages area. That wasn't 8 pages in this game, but that's the closest thing I could think about. This right here seems like the underground area in Slender the Arrival as well. Like, I don't know if I'm just comparing like loose environments together, but like it feels like that's where this game got inspiration from for some reason. Can't live like this. They found Daddy. I wasn't allowed to look, and yet you drew him. Or what was left of him. Remember, all spare parts are kept in storage. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. Matches. Lovely. Do I not have an area to fuel this bitch? I guess not. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm guessing the dimension walkers are different from what can actually hear me.
All is fine now. Everything is okay. Mom is here.
Oh. Excuse me. Coming through.
Sleep. Now sleep. Mom's got you. Everything will be fine.
Please. No. No.
Oh, wow.
Do it. No. Stop. Stop. No.
What happens if you don't have a match?
No. No. Stop. Stop.
Burn, baby, burn. We're hesitating now?
Don't do it.
Like, we legitimately couldn't do anything for them, and we didn't know them. As opposed to, like, our brother who we knew. Granted, we couldn't really help that much, but we gave, like, very little attempt, I feel. Granted, he was pretty fucking crushed. But honestly, I feel like he was gonna die without our help. I don't think we needed to push him along. And it's like, oh, it's a mercy killing. Was it really? Like, dude had half of his body crushed. I'm pretty sure his heart was under the rubble as well, or where his heart was supposed to be. Like, in reality, he shouldn't have been breathing. And I think we just knocked his ass out. We didn't kill him. For the record, I'm pretty sure we did not kill that man. I don't know if the amount of, like, the little bit of force that she actually applied was enough to actually cave someone's skull in. I'm just gonna walk at this point. Fuck it. Bye, Chief. Yeah. Into the portal you go. I was actually kind of excited to like deal with some things that couldn't hear me. Right, that seemed like it was gonna be fun. And I got these fuckers. Oh, one strike. That's awesome. We got hungry. I miss Bobby. Oof. Bobby. Oh. Oh. Oh no. We went the Chinese route. Oh no. In World 2, there are theories that among the worlds of Yggdrasil there exists an underworld, a purgatory, a place where humans have to contemplate prior choices and atone for their sins. Oh, lovely. Just what I love to hear. A hell that I'm already in. My choices. Why did I play this game? Okay, that's actually creepy. Bye. Yeah, no, I feel like this game's like a lot of missed opportunities for just basics shit. Like, random implementation of certain aspects and then just blatant misuse of others. Bye. I ran the wrong way. Guessing a hand's gonna come out of this. Again, like, I'm confused on certain aspects of this game. Like, I don't know if, like, certain things aren't happening because they're just not happening. Like, if there's not supposed to be a scripted event there, or if it's randomized. Honestly, like, half this game feels randomized. Yoink. Oh, that was all for one match. Neat. Trash. I just realized it's pretty dark for you guys, and it's not necessarily any much brighter for me. So you guys aren't seeing much. Probably gotta squint to see what I'm seeing. So me taking out the matches is probably not the best of things for visuals. I feel like that really wasn't an issue though, up until like maybe this cave system part. Oh wow. I feel like you can really tell the indie game factor of this game based off of some of like the little moments here and there. Like, I'm not saying that you have to have like every portal be used, but it definitely seems weird to me that you have like that one right above like the chasm that should scare the shit out of anybody with like. Oh, that was loud as hell. Like, anybody with a sense of like falling, like a fear of falling. It could be an area where you fuck them up just a little bit. Maybe just have something along the lines of like, maybe not going in it causes something to happen, but when you're coming back, that way, if you're running again, this is where like I don't know if it's not scripted, that's fine. Like, or if it was scripted, it would be better. But like, if I were in chase, like, are there conditions to be met for it to be triggered, like a hand to reach out? I don't know. I feel like if you had it scripted though, coming like back the other way and something was chasing you, that would be kind of cool. Like. Oh no, that's where it's gonna be hearing me. Great. Oh, what the fuck? We fucked up heavy, gang. Dude, it's great too, because like you guys can't see it, but like in my room, I have a ghost face mask just sitting on a bookshelf, and dude, like in the reflection of where like I heard that thing walking, I then just saw my ghost face mask. You know, it's below us. That's what it is. I don't know who the jackass is who hung the fucking cans up. You're a prick. This is great. What the fuck are you? Okay, so it can see me. I was lied to. Everything here can see me. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, was there just like no way of getting past that, I guess? It had glowing eyes, so I could assume it could see me. Yeah, no, I don't care to look around for collectibles right now, Chief. I'm gonna be honest. Fuck that. Although if I were to, it'd probably be over there. No. Bad. Damn, you take forever to light a match. Oh, I am supposed to go this way. Neat. So yeah, I'm guessing considering the cans were like that and we just got relocated, I have to imagine that that was a like forced event. Damn, can't see shit in this household. This is where all the matches are going to be used. Holy crap. Okay. Crouch under the can. Did these little turds put the cans up? Is that what happened? Also, these things are tiny enough to where they could have squeezed through those little bars. Ain't no way in hell. The kettle. Lovely. Faye the Unforgivable, the Norns weren't always generous. Some humans were punished for their rotten souls in the form of purgatory and had to suffer through their worst nightmare over and over again until the Norns were satisfied. Break it, break it, break it. Oh, lovely. Now I get to look at these things. What chapter are we on? Let's find out. Probably 7, 8. 8. There's only 9 chapters. We're almost done with the game, and I still have barely any idea what's going on here. These are trolls. That's not what I think when I see a troll, but okay. Don't make a peep. Cause footsteps will creep. If you make just the tiniest sound, sharp claws and dead eyes, and in the dark, tortured cries mingle with gleeful shrieks all around. Okay, so these are supposed to be the things that can't hear me. Boy, I've missed a lot of collectibles, but I feel like I wasn't that. Hold on. Actually, now that I think about it, where was everything? We skipped from chapter. Dear Lord. We went all the way from chapter 5 to chapter 8 in no time flat. What the heck? Okay. So, yeah, I'm just overall confused. So, I guess my overall thought about this game is that like they have a lot of shit that like is good in this game. Like audio's most part good, visuals most part good, like decent. Obviously things can be polished up for like current generation shit, but because I think this game came out in 2017. But for the most part, like environment wise and like the use of the lighting and the fog and like even the cave system here that we have, like all that shit's solid. I feel like just developing like enemy AI better could be something involved, like pathing, because a lot of the issue right now is that like the AI is really simplistic. It's really easy to get away from or avoid. Um, like obviously like the tree bitch is like the only one that like I had any trouble with, and that's purely because like I didn't know what she did. Like there was no like a good way to do this would be to have like cans or something like that be in the way. And it's like one of the tree people did tell me, "Hey, she can teleport through the trees or something along those lines." But there was no way of knowing how to get away from like that. This is the issue. Is like if you're gonna have me be outpaced by enemies, don't make it questionable on how to maneuver around certain people. And if the solution is to just wait for them to have very basic pathing, like you got to make it a little bit more engaging than just me tailing someone. I will say that. Like, good job on not having me be able to outpace every enemy I come across. That's normally an issue a lot of games, horror games have. But in this scenario right here, like, these things seem like the best type of, like, you know their weakness. It's like audio. Good luck. That's good to have like a basic mechanic that isn't that terribly difficult to implement, but like have that mechanic and then just try to avoid them. Like pathing, don't have like this linear bullshit pathing where someone just walks in a line back and forth and takes forever, because that's how I got through tree bitch the first time. Then the second time was me being a little bit more ballsy and said, fuck it, we balling, and then just sprinted away, and then obviously that didn't work, so me then being patient clearly did. Now you can have that be your solution, but I don't think that's really engaging, because then we saw that with the teleport dudes, in which case same shit, just tail them and you pretty much got it. Cool thing about Amnesia Dark Descent is like they did have basic pathing for the most part, but again, you couldn't tail them like as easily, because if you looked at them for too long, you go insane. So there was like there was a purpose for not looking at them. There was an incentive to like make things slightly more difficult, so to speak. I don't know. Amnesia like is solid as like a baseline. Like that's a classic ass horror game. Alien Isolation I think is the best just because like fuck, that's a great AI that you got right there. Like you can hide from it, you can't run from it, but you can hide from it and you can maneuver around it. But boy, it's not gonna make it easy for you. You're gonna have to like time shit well enough, because it's random as shit, and it will fuck you. But like, yeah, like that's what you kind of want with you when you got an enemy. Don't get me wrong, dying to that bitch multiple times pissed me off, but I prefer that over something basic as shit. And then like Outlast, which I love Outlast. Don't get me wrong. The game really has an issue where you can outpace every enemy in the game except for one, and like that's it. Like you can easily just start maneuvering around that. You could speed run that entire game. Like, and even with like that one enemy that you can't outrun, normally they give you enough like leeway to like haul ass anyways. Anyway, the punished, they can hear you. They were imprisoned deep underneath their ground, their souls warped, and they succumbed to evil altogether. In the dark, their eyes withered, and they learned to listen to the whispers of the mountain. So, Golem. Golem, Golem. I see you. Fucking monkey ass. Have to turn into Frieza up in this bitch. Monkey. Alright, so let's see. Actually, if I can shout out, by the way, to Secret Saturdays. Fucking 2010 cartoon. That bitch was ballin' with some of the fucking designs on the cryptids. Which, granted, cryptids are things throughout history. Like, okay, well, never mind. This is a little less interesting than I thought it was going to be. Creepy as shit noises. But yeah, not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Never mind. Creepy noises though. Again, like enemy audio is pretty solid so far. Yeah, even like the water creatures, like I didn't really know how to like maneuver around those. Like, one we literally just like walked into and then said, I'm gonna turn around and walk away, and then it just disappeared. Like that's the level of like, what the fuck design am I dealing with type shit. You don't want to leave your player just guessing on what the mechanics they're dealing with are. I will say that. I don't think that tends to make for good experiences. But clearly you don't want to make things too easy either. Again, like, enemy design, like, solid, honestly. Like, again, just grabbing shit from, like, mythology, like, just lore-based creatures are great designs. Like, and when I say shout out to, like, Secret Saturdays, like, the one I'm thinking of in particular is, like, what these things are reminding me of, which is, like, it wasn't Soul Kaloo, was it? No, was it? It was the Eye Stealer episode where, like, it was, like, this monkey-ass thing that, like, made sounds like a baby. And then, like, if you looked at it, or, like, you had your eyes open, it could steal your eyes. Which is creepy as shit. Great design, like, creepy concept. Like, easy to fucking implement in terms of, like, design purposes visually, but also, like, mechanically. And I feel like you could do something like that here. Actually, it'd be pretty interesting. You'd have to, like, wait to, like, hear something walk away from you. But at the same time, like, you have the potential to, like, maneuver around environments that you can't see. Actually, that does sound like a neat concept of, like, once the enemy gets close enough, you're gonna have to just close your eyes. Or something along that line, like, something along those lines. And then, like, just wait for it to walk away. Like, but you gotta, like, an enemy that could potentially, like, throw its voice around, so you have to pay attention to footsteps or something along that. Like, certain audio cues are important. Fuck. That'd be pretty fucking nice to play, actually. And, like, again, it's just, like, I really thought this was gonna be rather fascinating to play with, like, the darkness involved. But, again, like, enemy mechanics so far in this game, I think, are rather lacking. I will say that. I wish enemy mechanics were a little bit more, like, creative, I want to say. Creative being the best word. I don't think they're poorly implemented. I think they're just not intriguing. That was annoying placement. Son of a bitch. Alright, testing time. Can we just walk? I'm gonna guess no, actually. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say no. We weren't actually thrown as far back as I thought we were. But dude, like, look at the little silhouettes, like, being in the darkness like that. It's fucking solid, like, visual design, and I love it. The fucking glowing eyes, the fucking teeth. Just disturbing imagery. I love it. Again, this game I think is good, like, audio-wise and visually-wise. I just think the baseline mechanics of enemies are rather lacking. I think that's the best way I can describe this game. Obviously, like, things can be polished here and there for, like, you could touch up on the environments, you can touch up on the audio a little bit here and there. Don't fucking have some just randomly, like, mixing shit. Or paying homage to fucking Terminator. But, like... Ooh, that was actually close. And you can have shit like that where, like, enemies are just, like, everywhere and you're just gonna have to time shit just right. Like, if you're gonna have a... Okay, yeah, that's cool, though. That's cool. What is your fucking hitbox size? I was about to say you could have something along the lines of actually just, like, barely maneuvering through things if you have basic, like, movements. That's actually really fucking annoying. Okay. Dude, the number of times you just fucking... Okay, fucking how? Okay, so they can hear me even crouching. I guess? I don't know if that was because, like, I clipped up on some object and then fell slightly. Damn. Number of times to strike that bitch. Oh, fucking hi. Didn't see you there. I see you, motherfucker. Okay. Finally through this annoying ass section. It was really only annoying because of how, like, tight the environment was. You know, if you have enemies that have basic pathing, you want to do what they just did, which was have a shit ton of them. That way, like, it works a lot better where you have a lot of enemies that have very linear formatting, but then you have to maneuver through all of them. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. Granted, it also makes it feel like bullshit when you die to fucking some child having a fat ass fucking hitbox. Shit pisses me off. So this is gonna cause noise. A good way also of, like, implementing basic concepts for new players, or at least to new concepts or new mechanics, would also be to, like, have a throwing feature in this game where you could pick up, like, a rock or something or grab one of the cans. Yeah, I'm kind of saying fuck it right now, honestly. Are you fuckers even following me? Or am I just having audio and chase music with no purpose? Okay. Whoop, nope, there it is. What a neat little environment, by the way. Fucking catacombs. The fuck? I guess you guys want me to play? Okay, fuck it. Listen to my melody. Okay. They don't mind. Are we, like, letting them out of here? Is that what's happening here? You motherfuckers make me think I'm about to walk into death. Yeah, this looks like death. I used a match for no reason. I bet this bitch is gonna light one too. Oh, oh, what the fuck? Do a flip! I'm good, Chief. I'm good. What happens if I don't, though? Look, I'm jumping. Sweet. Do I have a choice in the matter? Well, that's annoying audio. Do you think it's gonna go on forever? Or do, like... Is there a time limit here? I'm guessing it's gonna go on forever, which is annoying. Alright, well, I'm about to turn the game audio back on, so... Prepare. 3, 2, 1... Yeet! I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Yeah, like, again, like, just, like... Technically speaking, I think this game is actually nice. I think it was fun. Or, like, it had elements, I think, that were great. But in terms of, like, you had atmosphere going phenomenally well. And then moments where it was like, oh shit, there's a threat out here. What's about to happen? And it's like, that's cool. Again, yeah, visually speaking, you have the creepy design down, Chief. It's just like I think the enemy AI, as soon as like you got an understanding of what was about to happen, like you were being threatened, and you were like, how do I deal with it? It it then kind of fucked up. Obviously, throwing enemies at you without any like mechanical clue as to how to counteract them will lead to a little bit more of a like, how like oh shit,
Yes.
something's about to kill me type deal.
What a good girl you have proven yourself to be. You managed to come all this way to me.
My boy got that bush.
Now I
That's a
can
forest.
finally possess it. The golden one. I can see the poison flowing through your body. But as I promised, I will end your suffering. All I ask for in return is what you are carrying. The golden one. Yes. Give it to me. There we go. Yes. Yes. Of course, there remains one small setback. You came here. Good girl. But now you must find your way out. If you can.
Is this all going to be inside of our head and like we're under like psychosis or some shit?
Do you recognize this, my good girl? Have you perhaps seen this before? To see you suffer over and over is truly an amazing sight. This moment is the most beautiful when you still remember, before oblivion gets you, and you once again come back to me, so we can play over and over, just like that. Good girl. Kick your poor brother, whom you thought you were never going to see again. Come. Come. Do it. Kick him. Do it. Come. Come to me.
Okay. You, William Saul, you're this man said, I'm gonna do something extra. Terminator. Let me drop this beat too. You hear that bass? It's about to drop. like like why did you do the things that you did? Alright. So again, audio, like I think that audio for the most part was solid. I really do. Visuals, I think for the most part were solid. Again, like obviously here and there things could have been dropped or improved slightly upon. But for the most part, those two aspects of the game I think were very solid. Enemy mechanics, I think you could have like either come up with something more engaging or just something a little bit more like implement it more where it's more obvious of what the player is required to do. Don't make the concept of like their mechanic any less difficult for the player to get around though. So like again, like I've gone over why like I think the like enemy mechanics are kind of lackluster. Like I think they were lackluster. I think the swamp creatures could have been more engaging than popping up randomly and then disappearing just as easily. The troll, I think, I don't know. Like, again, that one, like a lot of these enemies suffer from pathing. They're all pretty much the same type of enemy, with slight differences here and here, but mainly like visual design difference. Like the giant obviously had linear pathing, like you could pretty much tail him or follow him, and I did that. Saying like the swamp enemies were actually interesting because I don't think there was a way to actually like follow them. They weren't a pathing type of enemy. They were actually this, you wander by a certain area and they pop up and appear and you have to maneuver around them. I don't know how you get rid of them still because it was just kind of thrown at you and randomly. But the giant was very basic in terms of just, again, linear pathing. I think the tree bitch, again, also pretty much linear pathing. She could teleport, seemingly, I think, but overall, also fairly easy to get by. Even like the little troll things that I didn't think were trolls, the the monkeys, they were like pretty much the same thing of just like the reason why they were more difficult though is just because like you weren't in a forest, you weren't in an open environment. Even when dealing with like the other guys, the portal guys, they were also very path oriented. 4 out of the 5 enemies in this game were just patrolling enemies. Like just take that into account. And all of them had the same type of pathing. Like no, like one had teleporting. That's the only true difference. Like one appeared close to you when you got near a portal. Okay, you can implement me getting into a chase and then getting out of it, and then him having to like go around. And as soon as you have an enemy go into the portal, you should immediately be having in the back of the player's mind what portal are they going to come out of next, like that type of thing. So like you can't just wait for them to go back in the portal, because the idea is if you walk by a portal and they just go in one, they could potentially show up where you're about to go by. You have to maneuver past them while they're still wandering. So make the AI a little bit more sophisticated. I don't even think it was AI. It wasn't AI. It was just bare bones pathing. There might have been some implementation of AI, but for the most part, I do believe this was just linear pathing. Obviously, certain enemies knew when to go into like the portal and when to start chasing you and whatnot. But like the patrolling aspect of this game is too basic. It's way too basic. Understanding of the enemies is also, I think, lacking for like the player in terms of like how to maneuver by enemies. The only ones I will like give any leeway towards are the trolls at the very end. Like they actually like gave you like how you get by them. The other ones like I just ran by. Like the giant at the start, we did a little running session with it. The the ocean or the water spirit, again, the drowned spirit, we just ran by it and it disappeared. The tree bitch, we tried outrunning. We actually did outrun like twice, 3 times, but like she started doing her teleporting bullshit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just like a lot of that was just straight up either the waiting game or just the running game. Because we did the same thing with the portal guys. We just like we got into a chase with one, then we just hauled ass, got into like a little like, oh hey, I'm gonna like shimmy through this crack, and it's like, oh hey, they can't follow you. It's like, okay, cool, I'm safe then. Like it was very boring. Like the parts that were supposed to be engaging were the least engaging aspects until you get to the trolls, but that's mainly because of the environment style. Again, like I think having environments based in like open forest environments are actually very difficult. I don't think those are good environments typically, which is why a lot of horror games that you'll come across are normally inside locations. Now, whether you're one of those people that like I don't like being outside in a horror scenario, or I like if you don't like being outside in a horror scenario, That's fair. Enemies can come at you from anywhere, as opposed to like inside, where like it's very like you know where someone's gonna come from. Worst case scenario, someone breaks into your house like with a knife. You know, it's like, oh hey, they're gonna have to come through this door, and I got a gun or I got a bat or whatever. I got more reach than them, and it's like so. In that scenario, you know you're good, and it's like outside, I get it. Enemies can come from anywhere, but at the same time, in gaming scenarios where like you can potentially outrun every threat or just maneuver past them when they're very basic at patrolling, it becomes very dull, I think. And it's just like the style and environment makes that basic enemy style, like it makes it more obvious is the issue, because obviously again it's like the trolls, and it's like they have their audio mechanic but also basic patrolling pattern with so many of them around that you have to keep track of, but also how locked in it is. If they start following you, you have to make sure that you can backtrack just enough to get away from them. Like claustrophobic environments cover a lot for shitty enemy design, and like not necessarily. Yeah, I'm pretty much saying that. I don't think the enemy design in this game was good. I think visually it was great. Audio wise, it was pretty good. I think some of it was over the top in terms of like the screaming that I kept getting from the tree bitch and also the drowned spirits. But like, I didn't have an issue with most of the audio from any of these things. I think most part they were fine. I actually like the audio in terms of being able to track which way an enemy's moving based on it. I think that was solid. But just like, it's a horror game. You're giving me threats, which I appreciate, and it's varied throughout the game, which is awesome. But at the same time, they're varied, but they're not is the primary issue that we're coming across. And even if they all like were the same enemy type, it would still be pretty boring, because the like even if they all had their special little mechanics, if they still had the same patrolling style pattern that wasn't varied up by mechanical differences, you would still have the same issue. Like even with bitch teleporting, she really didn't seem to act any different than every other type of enemy in the game. Like, and maybe you could have like a scent based system for the giant. Like here's something simple. Like first enemy, like the water spirit. So cross by like wherever it's at, and that's like you have to just run a certain distance away, and then you can have an audio cue when it starts like coming out of the water, and then you can have an audio cue where it like melts into shadows or melts into water or something along those lines. Simple solution for like the lore reason for it of like people who cross by like where they died. Troll, it had a voice line. It had a voice line where it said, "I can smell you." I can't do the Morgan Freeman thing, but like what you could do there is have an audio cue of like, oh hey, it's walking around, and like obviously having those giant steps is good, that's solid, but have like intermittently here and there have it like sniff the air, and like the player can hear it. Have the enemy sniff the air, and then say, or like maybe even give it that audio line of "I can smell you, I know where you are," or something like that, and then the player has to maneuver away from where they're currently located. It stops the player from just waiting until the enemy has perfect pathing for them, and actually varies it up. Forces the player to move and also changes the pathing for the enemy. Obviously, you can return them to their normal pathing, but at that point, you can also just change up things and make it a little bit more difficult for the player to deal with them. I'm not really describing this that well, I know. Anyway, but like, there are the ideas for the first two, and like that fit with like the lore for the water spirit and for the voice line that the troll or the giant had. The trolls, I think, are for the most part fine. I like those little can areas. I think having the ability to pick something up and throw something would be nice, and having like a little ring around where you throw it. This is something I didn't actually get to finish in an earlier thought. I think if you have that and have the area show where like the audio ring is, I think that would be cool as well. That way you can kind of know how like much room you got to give them. And it would be cool if when you're crouching, they did kind of hear your little pitter patter at certain distances, and then they start trailing you. Like what we dealt before with, that was actually creepy, like crouching backwards and it following us with the eyes. Like that was actually a moment where I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like simple shit like that. The teleporting thing I think is actually neat. Like again, in scenarios you have to also be sure to like, I don't know when to stop moving at certain stages. And it's like, if you don't think that needs to be fixed, that's fine. But also, I I prefer the idea of me knowing like she screams to like signify that she's chasing after me, and then like a sound of like branches snapping or wood getting shifted to like tell me that she's moved or something along those lines. Audio cues are awesome for horror games. Like they're just great. Again, Alien Isolation. You can hear that flicker in the ceiling. You can hear that flicker in the vents. You can hear where he's moving. Doesn't make him any less difficult to deal with. Okay, it's still a very annoying enemy, but like that game, Alien Isolation is my top horror game in terms of like enemy fucking mechanics are fucking wild. The fucking AI on that alien is disgusting to do. That motherfucker walked out of a room before I'm done. Like, all right, now it's time for me to leave, and then he walks right back in, and I'm like, fuck. Like he's juked me before. I've had moments where I'll hide, he'll like see me, and then he won't see me, and then he's like, nah, I saw you though. I was playing. I was joshing you, and I'm gonna kill you. But like, just something like more intellectual, like enemy design, like AI wise, is always welcome. Always. But for situations like this where it's like it's a small team, and if you just want to make it like basic pathing, just implementing mechanics to go along with those to vary it up is possible. Like the troll, for instance, having it smell where you're at. Lady bitch having like, here's what you could have done with the lady bitch, by the way. Have those people that are in the trees, when they're talking to you, or they can scream like if they see you, something along those lines. If you get too close to the trees, they will scream and give away your position, and then you're gonna have to maneuver away from there real quick. Like shit like that can make it a lot more interactive and a lot more engaging to have the patrolling sessions. Now, during the chases, whatever, you can have a basic chase mechanic across the board for like speed between the player and the enemy and like breaking line of sight or whatever you may have. Obviously, I prefer it if I don't have infinite sprint. If you have me running faster than the enemy, don't give me infinite sprint. In this game, I don't think we had faster sprinting, but we had infinite sprint. But at the same time, if I have faster movement and not infinite sprint, that gives me a short burst of time to find somewhere to hide and eventually get away from you. If I have infinite sprint and have no ability to outrun you, what do I do to counter you? Like, there's a bit of an issue here. There's a little bit of an issue there because I couldn't quite figure it out based off of it because we didn't get into chases that often. And even when we did, they were very short and we were close to exits. So, like, whichever way that's going, I think you should lean towards the short burst because then it makes it a lot easier for like chase mechanics to not just be overall punishing. That being said, you can have this game be like chase, like patrolling being the main aspect of the game, but honestly, I think getting into a chase with an enemy is worse than the patrolling aspect because if it's chasing you, I really love the audio work in this game. I don't know how much I can stress that. The footsteps getting closer to you, but having no idea. Like I will say, that was a good aspect of this game is not knowing whether I could outpace the enemies or not. Because then when I hear those footsteps getting closer, I'm shitting my pants. Because that's the worst part of games to me. That's the worst part of any horror game to me. Normally, horror games don't get to me. I actually jumped here and there, but that's just because shit just kept popping up out of nowhere. This was more of a jump scare game than I was expecting it to be. But in like horror games in general, I normally don't get fucked up that much. I don't get scared terribly often. Jump scares, obviously, fucking, surprise it. Fuck off. Anyway, getting chased is the worst aspect of horror games to me, all right? The horror scenario is by far the worst because you hear those footsteps getting closer and you don't know where they're at behind you. And it sucks. It sucks. I hate it. It's by far the worst part. When I first played Outlast, it was awful. It was an awful experience. But at the same time, Afterwards, I finally learned that I can outpace the enemies and like, quit giving a fuck. But for this game, it did have me fucked up a little bit during those chases because I was like, how close are they getting to me? And then at certain points, I just resigned myself to death. So again, overall though, I'm rambling. Overall though, audio wise, I think this game was great. Visually wise, I think this game was great. Even concept wise, I think this game was interesting. I think what could be worked on is enemy mechanics for more engaging gameplay. Obviously, you don't need to fix the patrols if you implement more unique mechanics that actually integrate with the patrolling aspects. But if you can improve the AI, that would also be awesome. But story-wise, I don't think this was a great game. I don't think this was a great story. Overall, you kind of just get thrown into it, and it's very sporadic and random, and I think, for the most part, poorly paced. So, we have an addiction. It would make more sense if you actually implemented that aspect into the game of like us being addicted to pills for like mental purposes and have it be a psychological horror maybe. Granted, I normally dislike it when you say like everything was in your head, but then you can actually have like I don't know why people don't mix psychological with supernatural shit. Like I don't know why games just like don't say it's like, oh yeah, both are happening. Like because you're getting fucked up in the head, some of the shit you're seeing is not real, but also some of it is, which is worse. But like you can have shit like that where like your psychotic breaks, an insanity meter, for instance, like amnesia, like shit like that, something that builds up the longer you go that fucks you up more, and like you're addicted to the pills that obviously kind of make you stable, like, and obviously you're fucking going cold turkey throughout this game. So as you continue along, shit's getting worse and worse, both supernaturally wise and also like what you're unable to recognize as well. Like from that's also something you could have implemented. We could have been like screaming or something to give away our position, which would have been hell to deal with. But then you would have had also like to make it again more obvious to like how do as soon as we get into trouble, how do we get out of it? Like you could, yeah. There's some things you could have done, but overall, like we get dropped into a forest. Our brother dies. We find a village. The supernatural is real. It's apparently fucked up this entire like countryside, and we find a harp that has caused this village pain, and there's this evil spirit. Like overall, it's kind of just fucking like it's a very simple story, but at the same time, fucking again poorly paced, and just I don't want to say convoluted because that makes the story sound confusing. We had a supernatural figure, the false god, who's implemented with Norse mythology here, or in this mythos that we have, that essentially led to all the darkness coming over this side of the country, or this like village. So Tree Bitch became her based off of the false god. She fucked up all the people in the town. The people that were inside of the mines were being punished. Then there were the little gaps, and like the implementation of the enemy types were not all correlated towards the main bad guy. And the main bad guy was barely a character. If you were to have told me this was a fever dream, I would believe you. And that's because I don't think the story is integrated that well with the game itself. Now, if you had the false god being the one that's like causing all of these dark entities to come alive, where it's like corrupting the trolls, like forcing breaks between like Yggdrasil, like then maybe. It's a simple fucking story, but it is convoluted at certain stages. What the fuck? The more I think about it, the worse it gets. Yeah, no. So, again, there's potential on, like, the framework of this game, of, like, the visuals, the audio, the concepts are all there. I don't think mechanically wise the enemies were that well done, nor was the story particularly integrated well. I think it could have been polished up, done more. I think you could have implemented a few things here and there, like her being an addict in some way, because it seems weird that we're just this random bitch that gets fucking, we kick our brother in the head, and then we start all this shit over again apparently. But what the fuck? And the more I think about it, the worse it gets. Like I'm so why us? Why now? Why here? Like I'm gonna be rambling all night. Anyway, yeah, we have gone on for like 20 minutes past where we actually finished the game. My apologies for that, but I'm rambling about a game that I thought I was really going to enjoy. And that's not to say that I didn't enjoy this game so far as like I hate it. I was expecting a lot more, and I see the potential for there being more from this team. I think that's what I'm kind of saddened by or disappointed by, is that I could see a good game in this, but I don't think this is one. And I've encountered a lot of games in the past that I absolutely hate or just got fucking bored during. I will say, for the most part, this game kept me on my toes in terms of changing up the enemy types. Again, I think they were more mechanically... mechanically anorexic would probably be a fun way to describe it. Again, mechanically lacking. But I think varying up the environments and varying up the enemy types was neat. The only time I actually got bored was when I was exploring the village. That was pretty much it. I was meandering through a lot of the portion of this game, but I wasn't necessarily that bored. I was complacent, if anything. You know, so this game didn't really bore me in its overall, and I don't think it's an awful game. I think it's a poor version of what it could potentially be. I think that's the best way to describe it. But like a 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Like not the worst, but I think you could live up to more. I think the story could have been done better. Definitely like interweave certain aspects, like again the fucking main character with the story, like have her react a fuck ton more, have the addiction that got fucking mentioned, like Chekhov's fucking gun. Like if you mention something, like if you mention something at like outright, like at the start, like or certain conversations just like all about a certain like thing, and you don't implement that thing later, it's kind of fucking like why was that mentioned? Why was it mentioned we were more addicted? Like you could have had us just like driving and then some negative shit happened, but then I guess you wouldn't have that little time loop thing that we have apparently going on. The more I think about it, the worse it gets. Fucking where we kick our brother in the head and we start it all over again, so he's just like he's corrupting us is what I'm supposed to gather. Like, if you just had us have an accident in the middle of the woods, you wouldn't have that, I guess? I don't know, it just seems weird that we start off the story by us getting, like, driven to a cabin to like, try to help with our addiction. We don't ever get what that is explained, and it's just kind of forgotten about, and we just kind of beat the shit out of our brother. I think you could have had something a little bit more interesting done if it was a kidnapping and like we were still tied up, and like he starts forcing us to walk through the woods with him, and then like yeah, that's actually, I think that could have been done better, is not having him be our brother, because it seems weird that we like we're so, but I guess that's supposed to be us being corrupted by the god, is us just beating our brother over the head when I don't think we needed to, and then cutting out his tongue and pulling out his eye. Like, imagine if you would, if their addiction wasn't mentioned, and we were actually being kidnapped, and then we kick him in the head, go down, he finds us, and then like obviously our hands are still tied and whatnot, and then he starts forcing us along and like yells at us and gets pissed, but then shit starts happening. Like we're wandering through the woods, and he's the voice of fucking reason. Like maybe then we could actually have some dialogue for like all the shit that's happening around us. Like we go through the marshes together, And then he's like, the fuck is that? What is that? And like, he shines the light in the water, and you just see something come up out of the water, like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Like, have something like that. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, like, the more that seems like more interesting and like less odd that we get kidnapped for the fucking addiction that wasn't implemented, and then like we beat him over the head like that. It just seems weird that it's our brother, and that's the purpose of us being in the car. Like, if we were kidnapped, if we kicked him, we were forced to go through this area, and then we wound up like having cinematics of like enemy types being introduced, like having the fucking water creature come up like that, us being separated, us running off because we don't want to be next to our kidnapper, and then him like us running into him again. You can even keep that troll scene, or the giant scene, by the way. You can keep that scene where like he holds us back. You can keep that scene and like have him cover our mouth and be like, be quiet, this thing will kill us, like, or something. And it's like eating a fucking deer. Like, you could have shit like that. And then when we get to I'm curious if like the best idea would be it for the kidnapper to be crushed, or would it be better for the kidnapper to be killed by the tree bitch? I guess it makes more sense for like him to die at the getting crushed, like at where it was originally. Because then you could have us getting bitten, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what's happening to us? Or have him stand by a tree and have like the alien isolation scene where like Axel gets fucking murked. Have that where like her arm comes out and like rips out his heart or something like that. That could be an awesome scene, like where we actually get to see her teleport. That would be cool. And then like the offering plate, you could have the heart that was actually ripped out instead of like the tongue or the eye. You could actually have a heart as like a third item or one of the two items. That would actually be pretty neat. Sorry, like I love fucking I ramble, but I also like to think of how you can improve games or like ideas of just like altering games. And like this entire time, like now I'm like, damn, I wish I could play that. That seems more interesting in terms of actually like introducing enemy types and how they like how their mechanics are implemented throughout the game. Like that seems like so much better of an idea. And also like the start of the game, then we could have what happened of us kicking him in the head because we actually got kidnapped and we didn't know the guy. Damn, like now, like I think that would be a lot more solid for like how the adventure gets started, and then also introducing the first three enemies. Fuck, I think that would be so much better. Fuck. Like, have us outrun the giant, get through the gate, have the gate crash and close behind us, and then, like, us, like, obviously trying to catch our breath, him lean up against a tree, and then have that happen. Or have us explore together, and at some point he's just, like, getting tired of, like, looking around, and he says, I'm just gonna lean against this tree, and then damn! Fuck! Alright. I've rambled long enough. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. I don't know who's made this far, but I appreciate it. If you think this was an awesome game, by all means, put it down below. Give your ideas of like what can be improved about it. I want to know if I was insane or not in thinking that this game was a poor version of what I think it could be, or what anyone else thinks it could be. I think this was a bad game over. Yeah, bad game overall. Like, in its entirety, I think this was a rather poor game. Sorry to the game studio or to the people who developed this, but I believe you guys can do better. And I do mean that, because, again, I do see potential in this game. I would love to see that reached. But, again, for anyone who's actually made it this far, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Good night, everybody.